Very well. So thank you for your coming. I'm really sorry for his technical issues we had. I don't know what happened, but we managed it. So today, the first webinar of our Para-Jiu-Jitsu series, we will handle the topic of the inclusive self-defense Jiu-Jitsu system with an overview over the rules and the qualification method for the combat games, world games next year. And then let's jump right in. If you have any questions, we will have a question and answer session after the presentation. So it would be great if we could discuss everything then after the presentation. And let's share my screen. Here we go. Can everybody see it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Then let's go quick in our session for today. What will we, that is a little bit too far. What will we talk about today? I will introduce you to the system and what we aim with the system. We will talk about all the generalities, all how the match is going and how it will be judged. Then we will have a short overview of the classification. And in the end, we will talk about the World Games. So, short introduction about myself. Well, my name is Christian Howard Portele. I'm a JJF board member, a former World A referee. I'm a certified self-defense instructor in Austria, and I work as an inclusion sports manager here in Austria. So I have quite a bit of experience in that. Then let's dive right into the topic. What's going on? No? Yeah. What we aim? Well, the inclusion self-defense system should bring us back to the roots of Jiu-Jitsu, to self-defense, as the name says. And we want to show with it that nobody actually should be excluded from our competitions, no matter what kind of challenges they face. We should give them a possibility to show their ability to protect themselves in a competitive way. So it is a little bit more like dual, a tactical system, but it is also more open than dual because we don't have a strict follow-up line like you in the first round. You need to show this. It's a little bit more free, open-minded, a little bit more accessible for everybody because you can choose the techniques that you are able to perform based on your ability. So this system gives the highest possible amount of freedom to the competitors, but still in a manageable and handleable way that we can make a competition out of it. Otherwise, it would be just a huge mess. So keep it in a good shape, in a simple form. And yeah, I think I've said everything that is on this sheet. So let's continue in the generalities. How can a team be created? A team can be created with two persons with a disability, or one person with and one person without a disability. If you choose the 1-1 setting, then the person with a disability is obligated to be the defendant. So all the attacks has to be performed with the mainstream able person. And all the defenses has to be performed by the person with disability. Very simple. And as I already said, there is no particular order or particular follow-up line for the techniques. You have to prepare 6 techniques per team and present them. So, yeah, there's already categories. From the attacks in the first round, so in this qualification round, as we call it in dual system, you show 3 techniques and they will be judged. In the final round, when you compete for the medals, there you show 3, then the other team 3, then again the other 3, then you have your 6 in total, and then the other team, the last 3 of their 6. Pretty simple, pretty easy to follow, actually. And yeah, just dive in. Let's see what we can do. We have 3 different categories. All these categories will be part of the World Games 2025 in Chengdu in China. We have the cognitive impairment, the physical impairment, and the visual impairment. In the rule book is pretty exact described what kind of classification is in what category. So for the cognitive impairment, we have C1, C2, C3, E1, E2, E3, E4, E5. What that exactly means, we will hear later on when we go through the classifications. Also in physical impairment, A1, A2, A3, A4, that's the amputee classes. We have the I1, I2, I3, I4, and the K2, K3, and K4. Here in the physical impairment class, you are allowed to use the wheelchair and prosthesis, but you are not allowed to use them as a weapon. So I'm not allowed to apply a lock on my partner, grab his head, and smash him on the wheelchair, for example, or kick my partner with a prosthesis. That's just in a matter of security, and we still need to maintain a healthy lifestyle in this competition system. Visual impairment is B1, B2, B3. And just in order to make it fair and even in the visual impairment, the use of a blindfold is obligated, no matter the class, no matter the classification. So the B1 and the B3, all of them need to wear a blindfold. Good. So how is the match going? So how is it working? First of all, we have the qualification round. That's a presentation mode. So you present your techniques in order to get your points, which rank you down in the list for the final round. There's only one team at the tatami, and they present the first 3 techniques to get a score. The best couples will proceed to the next round or to the medal round. So every single technique is scored individually and will be started from the mat referee with the command Hajime. At the end of the presentation, so after the 3rd technique you presented, the mat referee announces Hante, and then you have the final score of your presentation. Just like we had it in dual system. More or less the same. For the medal round, then we have as I call it here, the duel mode. So you have two teams on a tatami going back and forth with the presentation of the techniques. Red 3, blue 3. Red 3, blue 3. Stop. Then an announcement of winner. And exactly the same thing as in the qualification round. Every single technique is scored individually. And in the end, you have the final score. And that is what counts. At the end, after both presented their 6, the mat referee calls both teams to the middle and announces the winner. So how does the score system work and how does the judging work? Well, we work on 4 judging principles, as you see on the sheet in the total bottom. We have reality, the biomechanical logic, control, and effectiveness. And every single technique is scored in 4 parts. 3 to 4 parts, depending on the technique itself. So we have in part 1 is the attack. You see here on the slide what you need to do in order to aim 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, or 0 points. The hands must be in the correct place. It has to be applied with power. It needs to be the correct attack, of course, with a good force and control to get your 3 points. And every little mistake deducts a little bit. So from perfect to wrong attack, you have 4 steps, more or less. The same you have for part 2, that's the first defense on this attack. Part 3 is then takedown or control technique. And the difference between the dual system and the inclusive self-defense system, in inclusive self-defense, a technique can end in part 3. So if I'm not able to go down to the ground to have a ground control, then I still can apply a stand-up control technique and get my scores for that. I don't need to apply a throw or a takedown. Part 4 is then the closing control. If I have a stand-up control technique that is the finish of the technique, then the score of part 3 and 4 is the same. So if I score for my throw takedown control in part 3 3 points, then I also get for the closing control also my 3 points immediately. Good. Then let's talk quick about the classifications. The classifications will work together with the World Para Jiu-Jitsu Federation. They did an amazing job with the classification. And we start with the group A, that's the amputees. It is always from the most severe to the least severe. So A1 is upper limb amputation, including above the elbow amputees or both sides, so bi amputees. B2 is then below the elbow. A2 is below the elbow. A3 is the lower limb above the knee. A4 below the knee. It's pretty simple and self-explanatory. The group B is blind, so the visual impaired. There it is very clear written in the rules when I'm a B1, B2, or B3. For us, so for the inclusive self-defense, it's nice to have for the future, but now for the beginning, we said we start with B group in general, and everybody wears the blindfold. So it doesn't matter if you're a B1 or a B3, you start in the visual impaired category. And we come to group C. It's a cognition. Also very detailed description of when are you in what category. For the inclusive self-defense, again, it's the same thing. No matter if you're C1, C2, or C3, you start in the cognitive disabled category. D is deafness. At the moment, we don't have a competition system for the deafness because they are actually able to compete in the mainstream abled competitions. And they get, let's say, additional bonus of an interpreter as a second coach. In the future, probably we will have the D1 as individual category as well. But now to start to get the thing running, we stick to that what we have now. Group E is encephalo. I will not read you all the text. Yeah, it's quite a lot. It is part of the rule book. So if you download the rule, you have the classification as well in the rule book. If you have a competitor, just take a look where your competitor is, what kind of diagnose they have, and then you can easily fit them in the correct classification. The group I is irreversible paralysis by poliomyelitis. We have the group K. It's the vertebral disc. This is from K1 to K4. Also from K1 is up in the neck to down K4 in the lumbar spinal. And here we said, when you have a vertebral disc in C1 to C8, that mostly influences also your arms. This is a very, very severe
un webinar che ha fatto la JJF.
That's why we made the decision that K1
hanno messo tutto quanto,
is at the moment not able to be in this competition system.
Non capisco un cazzo di inglese.
Probably in the future we will see, but now to start, we start with K2, K3, and K4. And then we have the group L. That includes every single physical disability that is not included in the previous classes. This is a huge group. And you really need a commission of doctors and physical therapists and to say, okay, this person is so severe injured that it is okay that they participate in this or that category. At the moment, we're on the start of the competition, so we need to, let's say, establish a community. Yeah, we need to start on a certain point. And therefore, we said the L1 is at the moment a too big category to put in the competition system, just because it is a huge amount of work just to qualify the persons for whatever kind of group. In the future, we will have it, but now for the start, keep it that way. Yeah, we continue with the next category. Group N, nonism. I think I don't need to explain too much about that. Group P, plexus. And then we are already ready to go for the qualification method. But I would like to explain a little bit more about the scoring and judging before we go to qualification. When we have a referee seminar in inclusive self-defense, and we already had 2 of them, I explain very, very detailed, and I know that Fabio, yeah, he's here, is doing exactly the same. The judging need to be according to the ability of the competitor. So the more severe the injury is, or the more severe the impairment is, the more, let's say, freedom they have in the presentation of their techniques. It should be according their abilities. It should be a reality-based self-defense presentation. That a person that has both legs amputated above the knee will not apply jumping kicks or 3 salti with kicks in the face of the opponent in a reality-based self-defense situation. I think that's obvious. So in that case, you need to deduct points, even if it looks spectacular. But we are reality-based. It's not a show system. That is the huge point in this system. Reality-based on their ability. That is the most important thing. It's a huge topic for the referees. It is very difficult. So probably in the beginning, I know you're mostly coaches here. If I take a look on the list of the participants, probably you don't understand 1 or 2 decisions by the referees, but they try their best to let's say empathize what this person is able to do or not to do. It is a learning process. And I think that we can only succeed in the system if we all work together. If we have in the future a lot of seminars about it, also with the athletes, to get to know each other, know, okay, a person that's missing an arm is able to do this or that, or a person that is missing a leg is able to this or that, or how it is to apply a technique out of a wheelchair. We all need to learn that. We all need to understand that. So it will be a learning process for everybody, for the coaches, for the athletes, for the referees. But I think it's worth to start it yet and try and go for it. Because that is, we had it in the European Championship. So Fabio, if you could just say a few words after my presentation about the European Championship and how that went, because Fabio was the head referee there, that would be absolutely amazing, because I've seen it on live stream and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful to see these people competing and enjoying to be part of this competition. So let's talk about the big competition coming up. The reason why we are all here today, I guess. The qualification for the World Games 2025. We have the qualification process. So how is the qualification process going? We made a decision in the board that we will only have the continental championships and the World Championship as qualification tournaments. Not like the other systems, they also have a Grand Prix additional. Why we made this decision is pretty simple. It is sometimes very hard for people with disabilities to travel a lot, to go to, let's say, 4, 5, 6 different tournaments per year, just in order to make their points. The next thing is that we said we need to keep it manageable for not only the competitors and the coaches, but also for the federation and for the host countries of the tournaments. That's why we made the decision that it is only the continental championships and the world championship. So for a gold medal at the continental championship, you can achieve up to 200 points. For a silver medal, less, bronze, less. So it deducts by the position that you achieve. In the World Championship in Greece this year, we will have also inclusive self-defense. And there you can achieve a maximum of 400 points. And then with these points, we're going to the qualification method. So how is that working, the selection process? Based on the points you achieve during this tournaments, there will be a qualification list. So just in order, how they finished in the different championships, you will be placed on a qualification list. The top 4 teams of the qualification list are directly qualified as long as they are not 2 couples from the same nation. If that happens, the National Federation need to decide which one they send, and number 5 will be qualified. If they're in the top 4, just 2 nations present, then number 6 will be qualified as well. And the top 2 nations need to decide, I'm taking this couple or that couple. So it's only 1 nation per category. And then we have the wildcard qualification. The wildcard qualification means that the host country of the competition, in that case, it's the People's Republic of China, they have a right to say, we would like to have one of our competitors in this category. Then they have one of them in it. We have in total 6 spots per category. So 18 spots in total for inclusive self-defense. And that is 4 from the qualification, 1 from the host country, and 1 from the Continental Union quota, as we call it. So in that case, it would be the Asian Union. And then the JJF has additional the possibility, if all 6 spots are not taken yet, to say, okay, we qualify a team that is outside of this qualification ranking, if it is necessary. So probably a team that we have seen already somewhere on a tournament where we said, okay, they are pretty good, but they could not make it to the competitions due to financial things or work obligations or whatever. But they are very good and we would like to have them in there, and there is a spot available in this category. Then the JJF has the possibility to invite this team to be the follow-up team, to fill up all the spots. So now we are on this point where I say, Fabio, would you please give us 3, 4 sentences about the European Championship and how it went there? And then we go on with the questions.
Hello to all. Thank you, Christian. Yes, I was lucky enough to be on the first self-defense competition with inclusion in Gelsenkirchen in Germany. It was amazing. We had participants on both 3 categories: cognitive, visual, physical, from Germany, Austria, Romania, Spain. So our referees had a lot of work, and it was amazing, the exchange about the scoring, how to do it exactly, how is our perception of the athlete's abilities, and judging from there. What is more acrobatic? What is more realistic? Because we are looking for the realistic part, self-defense based. Me and another referee, Amran, we were lucky enough to have the first seminar with Christian in the UAE. So we already had some baggage for this, and this was the first experience. I think it was a huge success. So I have reasons to believe Greece will be bigger for sure, with more attendance, and referees will have now something to start from. And as Christian said, and I think this is the most important, to exchange with athletes and coaches for the scoring, for the experience. So we get more accurate and more on-spot judging on the coming competitions. I think so. If you have any questions, please feel free.
Thank you, Fabio. As I said, I watched your performance on live stream. It was really good. I liked it. What I really liked, and that is something that we discussed in Abu Dhabi. Fabio asked me, so how do we know what kind of abilities these persons have and stuff like that? When I said, well, just go there and talk to them. Just talk to them. And that is exactly that what he did. And I'm really happy you did that, because that made it a huge success. So thank you very much for your support there in Germany, Fabio. So are there questions? Go ahead, shoot me. If you have a question, just raise, this emoji hand, and we'll see what is coming up. Yeah, well, you have a question. Ricardo.
Hello, Christian.
Hey.
I'm from Argentina. We don't have much para Jiu-Jitsu here. It's something at the beginning of development. So this is great for us. I have some doubts regarding the process of the competition. Is there any video link we can see a full complete that you can
yes, we are working on that we can provide this video. The German Federation made a video from the European Championship in Gelsenkirchen.
Okay.
We're working on it to get it, and then we will put it online that you can see it. I will send out the link as soon as we have it uploaded via the news group.
Okay, and the categories, who decides that? The competitor, the federation that presents the competitor decides the category of the athlete?
Well, it is, first of all, it's based on the diagnosis that the athlete has. Yeah.
Okay.
So you cannot sign up somebody who is missing a leg in the cognitive category. That is not possible. Yeah. But if you have a diagnosis that fits in one of the classifications that we have, then the national federation signs the athlete with the partner, with the respective partner, in this category that fits to this disability. So, for example, you have a competitor that is missing an arm above the elbow, so like here. Yeah,
right.
That would be an A1. So your federation signs this person then in the physical impairment category as A1. It is the duty of the national federation to take care of that.
Okay, that's the question. So, and as because I'm the secretary of the national federation, so how do I mean, how what kind of guidance apart from this list you gave us? How do we manage to classify the athletes correctly? Shall we have some consultancy, or who may I check with to decide, or my our federation sport director may ask or need help to decide this classification?
Or do you have a doctor in your federation, a medical
No,
doctor?
no. Inside, no. We have to
Like, and,
to contract one.
are you linked to your National Olympic Committee?
Yes.
They have normally a medical commission,
Okay.
and these doctors can support you. So if you ask your National Olympic Committee for support to classify a para athlete, they will be very helpful for sure. Otherwise,
Okay.
you just ask for the Paralympic Committee. They know that as well, very good. And if both of them cannot support you, then you need, especially for the physical impairment group, something like an orthopedic surgeon or something like this that you might
Okay.
know, or somebody of your federation knows,
Sure.
who says that yes, this injury qualifies the person in this category.
Okay.
Finish.
Perfect. And at last, what would be do we have an example of class L?
At the moment, not. But as I said, the class L will not compete in the continental championships and the world championships yet, because it is way too big. But that is something like, for example, probably in a couple of years, I'm a class L. My meniscus is so shredded, it's so damn destroyed, that in a few years I probably will not be able to bend my knee anymore. That would be an example for an L.
Right. Okay. Understood. Okay. Thank you very much.
If you have any questions, just feel free to contact me. Yeah. My email address is on the website, and it's pretty easy to remember. It's jj4g@jjf.org. So Jiu-Jitsu for good, jj4g@jjf.org. That's my email address. So if you have any questions about it or need support with something, just reach out. I'm very happy to help you and get this thing going. Any other questions?
Hello. I have a question.
Ricardo was just asking for some videos. I just placed the link for the YouTube competition of the European Championship. So if you can have a look how it went on Gelsenkirchen, you can have a look there in YouTube, okay?
The live stream of the whole day?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because we had some technical issues with the live stream because the qualification round was not streamed in some kind of way. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
So we try to get the original video, then you see it much better. But here, at least, you see in the final block, you see the finals of the inclusive self-defense.
Yes,
And
the one I sent is the qualification part.
Yes, you have the qualification part as well?
Yeah, I actually sent the qualification. So you will
Okay.
see 3 techniques, but if you go for the finals, then you'll have the full, the 6 techniques, okay?
Perfect, super. Thank you very much, Fabio. I will put now my email address also in the chat, that you see it. And any other questions? You don't need to be shy. You can shoot any question you want to. Nobody. Did I describe everything that well that nobody has a question anymore? Wow. I feel honored. So if there is really no question anymore, then I would like to thank you for your participation. It was a big pleasure for me to present the system to you because it's brand new, and I think it's worth to go for it. I'm really looking forward to that. So please take a look at the video that Fabio posted, because it is amazing. It is really cool to watch this competition. And I'm really looking forward to see a lot of you at the upcoming championships, especially then in Greece for the World Championship, or probably, if I manage it somehow, also in Colombia for the Pan American. Yeah, then I wish you a very nice Sunday, or rest of the Sunday for those who are in Asia. It's quite late there already. For all those who are in the Pan American, have a very nice day. For all the Europeans and Africans, enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you very much for your participation, and see you soon.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.